House Hacking 101, How to Get Started. Are you interested in real estate investments but don't have a home or buying experience yet? Do you want to start generating passive income but don't know where to begin? House hacking might be exactly what you're looking for, a key to drastically cutting your housing costs and establishing your financial career. What exactly is house hacking, though? House hacking is a method of real estate investing whereby investors rent out their principal property in order to generate rental income. This strategy becomes especially popular when housing prices rise to an unaffordable level, but homeowners still want to live close to a job or in a desired region. By living in one part of a multi-unit property and renting out the other units, the cash from your renter can help cover your expenses and part of the mortgage. Those who don't want to purchase a multifamily property often turn to house hacking single-family homes as an alternative. A few legitimate instances of house hacking include extra bedrooms, converting the garage into a residence, or erecting a small house or casita nearby. Top reasons to begin house hacking. Why begin house hacking? Well, there's at least 5 good reasons. Let's take a look at each one. First, reduce or do away with housing expenses. Currently, housing expenses consume about 33% of the average American household's income. Imagine the freedom of being able to meet your housing costs and gain a third more disposable income. When done properly, house hacking enables you to lower or even eliminate your housing expense. While having a house with several units will cost more up front, the rental income from those units allows you to have someone else pay your mortgage. Second, creating a flexible lifestyle. House hacking gives those with ever-changing lifestyles flexibility. For instance, you can continue to make rental income if your employer abruptly sends you to a new place by renting out your apartment. If your family expands, you can even choose to turn the house into a single-family residence. Third, ease into a profession in rental property management. You'll pick up being a landlord quickly if you live on-site and close to tenants. You'll acquire the crucial skills required to maintain properties and carry out routine maintenance as a result of your personal engagement in the living community. Be sure to research the different tax advantages that are available to owners of rental properties, such as depreciation advantages or deductible tax benefits for expenses related to your rental business. Fourth, increase your savings via passive income. You have the choice to swiftly pay off your mortgage with the additional income flow generated by house hacking, or you can save that money for future investments in properties. Find out more about how to use the debt snowball strategy to help you with either of these choices. Fifth and finally, reduce risk. House hacking is a fantastic technique to reduce financial risk by subsidizing your monthly homeownership expenses, also known as PITI, P-I-T-I, or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Using this strategy to drastically lower your overall housing expenditures enables you to dedicate more funds toward your saving and retirement investments. It's also a great way to develop equity rather than paying rent. Now, how to hack your house. If you're certain that using a house hacking technique is the best course of action for you, you'll want to know where to begin. The first order of business is to understand how to select the ideal property, even before finding tenants or how much you want to charge for rent. The primary steps to get started with your house hack include identifying the source of your funding, doing your market research before property hunting, and always doing the math to determine the greatest value. In terms of determining financing, you may be eligible for homebuyer aid programs due to the fact that you are an owner-occupant in addition to having access to traditional loans. If you reside on a property that you also rent out to tenants, you may be eligible for a loan with favorable terms and minimal down payments. A maximum of 4 units per multifamily property are permitted by FHA or Federal Housing Administration loans, with down payments as little as 3.5% of buying price. The BRRR Technique, which stands for Buy, Rehab, Rent, and Refinance, entails using short-term finances to first renovate and find renters for your property, then secure long-term mortgage refinancing. When you're considering the best real estate location, you should approach buying a multifamily property from the perspective of a landlord. As a result, location is a crucial factor that affects your property's sale price, rent level, and appeal. Other factors that contribute to the stability and expansion of the rental market include job and population growth, as well as the accessibility of neighborhood amenities. Ideally, you can work with a multi-unit property specialist real estate agent who can offer you estimated costs for home sales and property rental rates in your area of interest. In your quest for house hacking opportunities, make sure to consider additional characteristics of a property, like completed basements, supplementary housing units, multiple bedrooms, areas that can be quickly converted, buildings next to public transportation, unrestricted areas, and well-appointed living quarters. If we go through each of those briefly, then let's take a look. Completed basements. Furnished basements renovated into living areas can be found in some single-family homes. Homeowners frequently incorporate entire bathrooms, bedrooms, and even kitchenettes. This makes it possible for the owner to continue living there while finding tenants to rent the main part of the house, ultimately empowering them to pay down their mortgage and accumulate equity so the owner can live in free housing. Supplementary housing units. Additional dwelling units or supplementary housing units are typically new legal constructions that are added to the land with basic utilities like plumbing, electricity, and other utilities. ADUs are sometimes known as guest homes or in-law apartments and make a fantastic investment if these spaces could be rented out. When it comes to multiple bedrooms, due to larger rental capacity and the ability to collect more rent, the number of bedrooms is more important than a property's size, even if it has a lot of square footage. Areas that can be quickly converted. Even if a house doesn't initially contain many bedrooms, the next best thing is to turn existing spaces into bedrooms. You can make bedrooms out of dining rooms, play spaces, lofts, and extra rooms. In addition to increasing the property's value, adding bedrooms will increase the amount of rentable space. Buildings next to public transportation. While having a variety of rentable spaces is crucial, if your property is difficult to get to, then you'll have trouble finding renters. A variety of public transportation options such as buses, trains, and even easy rideshare access will all factor into the desirability of your location. Unrestricted areas. HOAs frequently prohibit non-owner tenancy, while some cities and regions forbid short-term rentals through sites like Airbnb, VRBO, and others outright. So you'll want to make sure that you're aware of those restrictions. Well-appointed living quarters. While bedrooms are crucial, it's also important to provide your tenants with comfortable living areas to complement the property. Spaces such as offices, living rooms, spacious kitchens, a backyard, game room, and other types of multi-use areas are nice bonuses. Crunching the numbers. After finding multiple potential properties that meet your criteria, the next stage is to conduct a transaction analysis to determine the viability of a potential investment. To determine your net operating income, first calculate your projected rental income and housing expenses. Additional calculations to factor into your consideration include rental revenue, rental fees, insurance, upkeep and repairs, utilities, operational costs, reserve for openings. In order to generate an estimated monthly mortgage payment, you can input your projected down payment and purchase price into an online mortgage calculator. The NOI, or net operating income, is then deducted from your monthly payment to determine your monthly cash flow. This figure represents the amount of rental income you still have after covering all property-related costs, such as your mortgage. If your property has a positive cash flow, you can live here for free and still have some money left over. If your cash flow is negative, you may have the opportunity to drastically cut your daily living expenses. Ultimately, you'll want to confirm that the calculation supports your financial objectives and long-term goals. So make sure you run a precise deal analysis to guarantee the greatest investment you can. And remember, this isn't financial advice, so be sure to contact your local financial agent to help you make the best decision for you. At the end of the day, these tips are simply designed to help you think differently and help you achieve the financial freedom you're looking for.